Hello everybody, this is Goosum Fox coming at you with two matches here in the buffed Stark Jegan. This first match here is going to be a 550 cost match in the level 1, with the second match being a 600 cost match in the level 2 version of the Stark Jegan here. And the Stark Jegan, it is a 550 to 600 cost general unit that was buffed in the August 2024 unit adjustments. This is actually the second buffed Jegan I'm going to be covering for the August update here, as the previous one I did was the Roswell Jegan, which is a suit that I think is a lot more playable now, if you want the summary of that one there. But talking about the Stark Jegan here, I did get a comment asking to cover this suit here, and hey, I thought I've been meaning to do a Stark Jegan video in for quite actually a long time now. It is just one of those suits that I really never got around to making a proper video for, so yeah, that's what we have here. And the Stark Jegan in its previous state, I do think it was pretty good before it got buffed, but looking at the data that the developers had here, it is easy to see why they chose this suit to be buffed as part of the adjustments. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it, as we have quite a lot to talk about. I will mention as well that for both of these clips here, I am going to be using the Stark Jegan Hyper Bazooka Shrapnel, as this was a weapon that was buffed as part of this update. So if you're curious what weapon I'm using, it is going to be the Shrapnel Bazooka. Starting off with the buff Stark Jegan specs here, the unit HP was increased from 18,000 to 19,500. This applies to upper levels as well. The close part slots were increased from 12 to 13. Mid-range part slots were increased from 18 to 19. Long-range part slots were increased from 10 to 12. The unit skill Backbinder Special Cushioning level 2 was adjusted to level 3. For the level 1 Stark Jegan, unit skill Special Shoulder add-on buffer level 1 was adjusted to level 2, and for the level 2, the Special Shoulder add-on buffer level 1 was adjusted to level 3. Moving on to the ranged main weapon, the Stark Jegan Hyper Bazooka Shrapnel, they increased the compensation for damage to shields, so specifically a change to this suit's damage to shields, so very interesting. I don't think I've actually ever seen that as part of a unit adjustment before. And for the level 2, the power was increased from 190 to 200. Moving on to the main melee weapon, the Stark Jegan Beam Saber. The weapon switch time was shortened, and the level 2 power was increased from 2,250 to 2,400. Moving on to our first sub-weapon, the Stark Jegan Beam Rifle. The range was increased from 250 to 300. The cooldown time was shortened from 6 seconds to 5 seconds. The reload time was shortened from 18 seconds to 15 seconds. The weapon switching time was shortened, and the level 2 power was increased from 1,700 to 1,900. Next sub-weapon is the Shoulder 3-Tube Missile Pods. The reload was shortened from 16 seconds to 12 seconds. The level 2 power was increased from 850 to 900. And then for the sub-weapon, the Arm Grenade Launcher, the stagger accumulation value was increased, and the level 2 power was increased from 800 to 900. So yeah, that's the full buff list here for the Stark Jegan. And as you can probably notice, it is one of those cases where we do have a lot of buffs that are centered around the level 2 version of the suit, mainly when it comes to damage, but they did change some of the other weapons as well for the, both the level 1 and the 2, did give them both some of the same effects, and yeah, I do think still overall the suit is pretty nice. I really don't know if I've noticed too much of a comparative difference from when I played it before versus playing it now. I will admit though, with the Shrapnel Bazooka, I have not really used the Shrapnel Bazooka for this suit that much. Usually when I play the Stark Jegan, I do use the standard bazooka, so it was very nice to try out this weapon here, especially since when I thought it was a Shrapnel Bazooka, I thought it was going to be the rapid fire style, kind of like the Hyper Bazooka shrapnel that the Gundam Mark II can use, or the Clay Bazooka shrapnel that the Rick DS and the Hayakushiki can use. Well, no, this one is more like still kind of operates like a single fire rocket, and again, it's, I think depending on how many of the scatter hits, it will get you a stun, or it might just do damage, so it is something I've noticed here. Personally, as much as I have been enjoying trying this weapon out, I do think I am gonna, stick with the regular bazooka moving forward. Not even that the shrapnel bazooka is bad, I just don't think it's really my preferred weapon when using the suits. But with the other weapons, though, I do think what they changed is really good. I do like it with the Stark Jegan beam rifle that they did shorten the reload time and increase the range, as this is a instant stunning beam rifle, so if you want a reliable way to get a instant stun, I do think it is nice for that. You can also pair this as well with the bazooka if you want to try to get a double stun, so really nifty there. The shoulder 3-2 missile pods, I really like this sub-weapon on this suit. You'll see me use it, I think, a few times this match to deal with this Zero Shiki Type 2 here. But, yeah, with the shortened reload time and the increase to the power for the level 2, yeah, these do feel like some very nice missiles. And the grenade launcher, or the arm grenade launcher, I really don't have too much to say about this weapon. It just kind of feels like most of the arm grenade launchers that we have seen already. Kind of like pretty similar to the Zeta Gundam's arm grenade launcher. I think it's just that this one has 2 rounds, while the Zeta Gundam does have 4, but again, really still couldn't notice too much of a difference here. And yeah, I think still for the most part though, it is a pretty nice buff, especially for the level 2. I do think that was really their main intention with these buffs here, was that they did want to increase the damage of the level 2, as well as increase some of its defense, because the level 2 did get the level 3 special shoulder add-on buffer, so I do think that might have been an issue with this suit, where maybe it was taking too much damage. So very nice to see that, but other than that, yeah, the buff just feels very nice. I mean, the Stark Jegan itself just already feels like a pretty reliable general, so really don't have too much else to say about the suit here. Looking at the reference data though, the average win rate for a general at 550 was 48.4, and this suit had a 45.6, and it was even worse at 600, where the average was 50.5, and this suit had a 42.7, which actually kind of surprised me, because you usually would think that the Stark Jegan was a pretty decent mobile suit, so very surprising to see those stats here, but I guess I can understand it for 550, because we do have a lot of really good generals nowadays, and I guess you could say the same thing for 600 as well, because we just recently had the Engage Zero Young Wyvern, which I haven't played 600 yet, aside from like 1 or 2 matches trying to get these Stark Jegan here, so I'm pretty sure that suit might still be dominating the cost. So, yeah, but at 550, you have the perfect Gundam TB, and even outside the realm of generals, you do have the Psycho Raid Testoga. So, yeah, you do have some really good competition when it comes to both of the costs that this suit is at. So I can understand why they felt the need to give the suit some buffs, just so it can kind of keep up with the recent additions we've been getting. And I have also noticed too that way more people are actually playing the Stark Jegan. I have been seeing way more of them, so I do want to give the buffs, their credit on that end, where it does really seem like more people are starting to pick the suit up. I think at both costs. I've seen it a lot at 550 and a bit at 600, because these unit adjustments aren't new to this update. They have been around for quite a bit, so I have been noticing an increase in Stark Jegan activity, but yeah, really it's going to be longevity. How long is the suit going to last as more suits get released? We did have a new 550 raid recently with the Hazel Custom Icarus unit equipped, which I have made a video on that suit as well. I don't know if that suit is really going to be much of a threat for the Stark Jegan here, as the Icarus unit does have kind of lowish ballistic defense. I think it's 19 resistance for that suit, and the Stark Jegan here is primarily made of ballistic weapons, so I do think that is going to be a suit that the Stark Jegan here does have a chance of countering. But other than that, yeah, Stark Jegan, pretty nice general overall. And again, I do think the buffs are appreciated, or at least from what I've been seeing, it does seem like the buffs for this suit have been appreciated through players, as, again, there's been a much more activity with the Stark Jegan. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for this video here. I'm gonna let the rest of this 600 cost match play out. Let the match do the rest of the talking here. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of me for this video here, the end of my yapping. So yeah, comment down below what you think about the buffed Stark Jegan. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.
Bomb's been planted in our base. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Receiving an SOS from an ally. Beacon overtaken. Has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Receiving an SOS from an ally. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. We've lost a base. It's gonna make things much harder. Fire incoming. Clear out of the hot zone. Reporting fire incoming. Clear out of the hot zone. Beacon overtaken. We've lost an allied unit. An ally has destroyed an enemy. We've got the advantage right now. Receiving an SO. There's an attack on an enemy base. The enemy's captured a beacon. We've lost an allied unit. Bomb planted in the enemy base. Receiving an SOS from an ally. Light damage. You can shrug that off, right? Damn it. This op's got 2 minutes to go. Bases are now more valuable for this mission. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. The mobile suit can't take much more. Eject! We've lost an allied unit. Oh yeah! Enemy base destroyed. We've lost an allied unit. We've lost an allied unit. See you soon. Long-range communications established. Target confirmed. This op's got 1 minute to go. Don't get sloppy now. The enemy's captured a beacon. Long-range supporting fire is a go. Firing has stopped. The enemy took damage from that supporting fire. Now get in there. Light damage. You can shrug that off, right? The enemy's captured a beacon. Damage is building up. Watch yourself. The mobile suit can't take much more. The mobile suit has been destroyed. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Time has run out. All right, we win. Here are this battle's rewards.